Hey, fourth graders. Today I need you to go and get your journal and your vocab journal, and I want you to turn to the vocab section. So remember, we have that little divider, and turn to the page that we started earlier this week. You also need your I Survived book, which you've already read chapters 1 through 4. Today we are going to define the vocabulary words that we came across in our reading. And I want you to have a pencil. Stop this video until you have both of these things in front of you. Today we're going to look at massive, so I want you to circle the 2. We're going to look at Zeppelin, circle 7, molten, jittery, flammable, and lurking, and inspection. And the reason I'm circling these numbers, fourth graders, is that is the page number that you will find that vocabulary word. So I need you to go ahead and grab your book and turn to that first word, which is massive. Turn to page 2. We are going to look for the word massive, and we're lucky because it's right at the very top of our page. But then came the massive explosion. Kaboom. Now, knowing what you know about the word massive, what kinds of words would you use to define massive? What do you think massive means? Well, I see it's an explosion, and I also see that there's a word showing the kind of noise it made and an exclamation mark. So I'm guessing that massive means huge, very big. And you could really use any sort of word here that means ginormous. You could even use ginormous. I don't know if that's a real word, but I like to use it. Copy that down. Now we also have another word on page 2, which is molten. So you might have to go through the entire page to find the word molten, read it in that sentence, and then try and figure out what you think that word means. But we'll do this one together. I notice molten is down towards the bottom of page 2. So I'm actually going to go back up here and read through that whole paragraph until I get to the word molten and see if I can figure out what molten means. He managed to free himself, but now the flames were everywhere. Poisonous black smoke rushed up his nose and down his throat. Tears gushed from his burning eyes. Red-hot drops of molten metal rained down, burning through his clothes and sizzling against his skin. Well, what's one word that you think could describe the word molten? Yep, I bet you said hot. Very, very hot. All right, let's go over here and do Zeppelins, and then we'll continue finishing up this one. So Zeppelins is on page 7. So I want you to open up to page 7. Can you find Zeppelins on there? Yep, it's right here. But German airships known as Zeppelins were different. They were famous for their safety. Well, Zeppelin, the definition of a Zeppelin is right here. They were called German airships. All right, what I want you to do now for the rest of this assignment is I want you to look up jittery, flammable, lurking, and inspection, and I want you to write down what you think those words mean. This is where you will find the page numbers of the book. But it's really important, 5th graders, that you find that page, that word on that page. And you read how the author is using it in the sentence to help you define it. Because sometimes jittery might mean something different. But in this particular part of the story, that's where you need to figure out what that word jittery means. All right, good luck. See you soon.